She's back. Here it is, impeachment day. Kind of interesting. I got up plenty of time this morning to watch all the opening arguments, and I thought I was recording it, and I would just go through it later. And then after they started from the other side, which was something I didn't even want to watch, I found out that I hadn't recorded it. So I'm going to be sure that's the last thing I'm going to do before I go to bed tonight, in case I get up later tomorrow. But it wasn't because I wasn't up in time. But at least we get to go forward with this trial. It is just about the time we think it couldn't get any crazier out there, it just gets crazier. My guides kept waking me up last night. They kept showing me paperwork. They'd show me, like, I couldn't see it. I'd wake up, or come up out of the deep sleep and be looking at it, like, what is that? It looks like some kind of, like, instructions, blueprints, and I kept thinking, why do they keep showing me this? Because that happened about 3 times. And then, boom, 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 3 more times, here comes Michael Flynn's face. So, I laid there asking questions, I said, are you trying to tell me that it's going to come out in this trial? For some reason, I thought it was something was going to come out in what's going on now. But the more I've thought about it, I don't think there's too much coming out in the next 4 or 5 days. This is just like, almost like protocol, or the MO of the other trial, it sounds like, where they just show stuff, but it's not really a trial or anything. But maybe it's later for a criminal trial, or maybe it could come out this time. Could be something hidden they have, or some, but it's like, the feeling I was getting out of this, and was that there was some kind of proof that Michael Flynn was involved in this whole insurrection on the Capitol. He wasn't the only one involved, but he was one of the masterminds of it, and that they had paperwork from him, or to do with him, or that he was sending out. But when they kept showing me that paperwork, I kept thinking, that's proof of something. They have proof on him for something. So I just automatically went to the trial, because that's what's going on, and felt really that's what they were trying to show me. But then the more I listened to it today, there's nothing criminal about it. They're just going to prove that he sent the people there. But I mean, there's no deep investigation going on. So maybe it's for future investigations. Anyway, I want to say hi to everybody. And if you've never watched my channel before, I'm going to read on that later and see if something comes up about it. My name is Lynn, and I do tarot readings. And I also do private readings besides these on YouTube. So if you'd like to get a hold of me for a reading, and I've got a lot of slots still open, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Put your phone number on there, and that way I can call you right back sometimes. Sometimes I just send an email. So if you've emailed me and I haven't called you, and you did put your phone number in there, I had just sent you back the information to make sure you were interested. So if you're still interested, please give me a call if I haven't gotten back with you. And other times when I'm not so busy, I just call people back and see what's going on. So anyway, I hope you're all doing fine out there. I know we've kind of been waiting for this. I know that we're all sick of the BS, but we've definitely been waiting for this. And at least they validated that the trial should move forward. Mitch McConnell, I noticed, like I said, I listened to enough of, I fast forwarded through Ari Melber to see that he was as mealy-mouthed as ever after saying that they should impeach him. Now he didn't even vote that it was constitutional. He don't want anything investigated, just like Lindsey Graham doesn't, just like Marco Rubio doesn't. There's so much graft or maybe even voter fraud in Kentucky, because I guess on when you know how people come out of the polls and they take an exit poll. According to the exit polls in Kentucky, Mitch McConnell only got a third of the votes, but he came out with 76%. So if anybody wanted to raise a stink or raise hell or go poking their nose somewhere, it should probably be in Kentucky. But anyway, maybe that'll work its way out one way or the other. But I think that's why they just want to, so many of them wanted to scoot by this, is they don't want they're afraid if they really start probing into anything that they're going to get caught with their britches down and full of money, with pockets full of money from other countries. And our country too. Not all from other countries. I don't want to sound like Russia this, Russia that, but I'm sure they're in there somewhere. Oh, and I wanted to thank, and I was going to write her name down and I didn't, but the lady that told me to suggest using the bovine powder, I'll definitely use that. I use it's called Chondroitin DS from Price Club. And out of all the stuff I've ever used for joints, or it's supposed to, keep them from getting worse or whatever, that's always worked the best for me over the years. And a lot of times I've gone to something cheaper and had to go back to it because it works, and the other cheaper chondroitin, glucosamine, that type of stuff didn't work. So anyway, I definitely will try that, unless I know as soon as I get my second shot, which is going to be about 3 weeks, I'm going to make an appointment to go in and see the doctor and get that other knee fixed. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I know they did such a great job on my other one when they had to take an old one out and put a new one in and a bar on top of it in my femur. So if I get the same doctors to do that, I should come out of this dancing, hopefully. Well, it sounds good. So there was let me look at this real quick. So anyway, I'm just going to get into my reading. I did want to say one thing. I wrote some notes. I don't even know where I put them at. Oh, practical mumble jumble. Okay, they have to have 17 Republicans to cross over. I guess 7 of them did come over and at least all vote that it was legal to impeach him, or it was not legal, but politically correct, I'll just say. I can't think of what it's called. But the GOP has lost the House, the Senate, the presidency, and they're still not abandoning this asshole. I think I don't even think it's anything to do with all this. That's why I think it's political BS about them not wanting to impeach him, because of it's not the donors. Some of the donors have pulled out, so they can't blame it on the donors, and that's where they get most of their marching orders from. So I think it's because if they ever really, really start, and I've said this 1,000 times on this channel, if they ever really, really start investigating, they're going to turn up stuff on these other people that are going to get them kicked out of office. Talk about never returning. They'll never have to worry about it. And I think that's what's behind this. I think they think as long as they can keep their finger on the power and which way things are going, are supposed to go, and stick together enough to save their ass. But I think all of them are in so much trouble for being corrupted, especially Lindsey Graham, whatever, that whole bunch, that they don't want anything brought out, because if it comes out, it's going to go back onto them. That's what's going to happen. And so they're hanging on to Trump to protect their own tails. It's just stupid, and it makes no sense. And I think the smartest one in Congress, or whatever, that was it. She's still in the House, I guess, because she's the one. And I've never liked her as a politician. I despised her dad. Vice President Cheney, but I do think that the one that's going to come out on the winning end of this, the one that's going to end up going further in politics, and maybe even a presidential run, you know, hopefully not 4 years from now, but 8 to 12 years from now, will be Liz Cheney. She's going to come out of this looking like a rose, and the rest of them are all going to come out of it looking just like what they are, a bunch of crooks. And of course, she doesn't have to be a crook because her dad was a big enough crook. Probably got enough money out of I want to say Brown, but that's not what they are. But the war people, the people that they buy all their stuff from to have wars, so they probably got enough money put back that she'll never have to worry about money. But anyway, she's going to come out of this situation in the long run looking better than any of the rest of them. So I might be dead and gone with them, but remember this old lady said that when her name starts coming up and she starts getting more popular, because they're going to have somebody to overhaul their party, or either they've lost it. And so I guess we'll all just have to wait and see what happens. But the winds of change are blowing. And so I want to know, did Mike Flynn help plan the insurrection on the 6th? Did Mike Flynn help plan the insurrection on the 6th? And then I'm going to draw cards on, is there a physical, has somebody got their hands on the physical plans to this? Because last night, like I said, my guides would not even let me sleep. They kept showing me these plans, and they kept showing me his face. So I don't know what's going on, but thank you, Rennick, and thank you, a new guide that just came in to help me. A new guide that I've worshipped and adored for years. I don't know why he's helping me out, but he is. So hopefully my cards will work really good today. We ask the angels from the throne of God to come down, surround, and protect. Light up this room with right and might. Bring through anything for anybody's highest good, and to help calm them down. And this we ask, and so it is. Amen. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Mr. Flynn, are you going back to jail again? Maybe be there with Roger. I heard he's right in the middle of this too. I didn't write his name down, but maybe I'll read on him next. And his name's not Roger White. What is his name? I can't believe it. I can't think of that guy's name. The one with the Nixon tattoo on his back. I know his first name's Roger. Anyway, he's another one that got sentenced to jail for years that Trump let out. Another crook he let out. And was in back of all the dirty tricks for both of the Bushes and for, I think, even from clear back in Nixon's time, all the dirty tricks and actually the way the Republican Party has been headed for the last 25 or 30 Roger. Why do I want to call him Roger Snow? It's not Snow. Damn sure ain't Snow White. I said Roger White to start with because I used to know a guy that came to the bar all the time called Roger White. He was a crook too. Well, maybe not a crook, but he had trouble staying on the right path, we'll put it that way. But it is so weird. I can't think of his name, but anyway, if I end up reading on him, I'll put it on the label. I shouldn't even be talking about him on shuffling these cards. Okay, let's go back to, Michael Flynn. What kind of mess are you in? You're obviously not out of this. Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn, Michael Flynn, Michael Flynn, Michael Flynn. One more. Okay, Michael Flynn, what's going on with you? Take 2 to start with. I'm going to try it. For the foundation and what's back in the foundation. Okay. Whatever he did it for money, but it looks like he's dead in the water. So that's what I grabbed that for the foundation, for the answer to the reading. We'll lay those off to the side. I don't usually do it that way, but I was watching Miss Whimsy again. She's so wonderful. I love watching her. She's so great. But anyway, so I thought I would try it that way for this reading. I got the cards upside down. The signifier is a thief, and we all know he's definitely a thief. I think I could say that and not even have to say just for YouTube, because he's been convicted of it. So that's his signifier, is he's always up to no good, always trying to steal something. But look what he's got on his ass. He's got justice right on him. So whatever he's done, I almost think that this might be coming out in this trial. Anyway, let's see. So we got justice right there. And we got his life is over as he knows it, and he's making license plates or doing something by rote. So let's see. So we got the signifier and the influence is the thief and justice. He's trying to make a big decision himself right now because he knows he's in trouble. He doesn't think he's in trouble. He knows he's really close to being in really deep doo-doo. In the past, when he got pulled out of that sentence, jail sentence and all that kind of stuff, he just thought that he was Saint Michael, I guess. He just thought that nothing could touch him, that he was above everything. Now he's wondering if he hadn't done some really stupid stuff. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to find him in the middle of this. Nine of Swords, Four of Swords. Yepper, yepper. You see how many times I shuffle those cards, too. He's arguing with some people that know how deep he is in this, and some people that helped him, and they're doing a lot of debating, almost to the point of an argument, to see what's the best way out of this, how to get out of it without getting caught. Something's going on here. They're really having a matter of polemics over it, we'll put it that way. The environment around him getting in this was definitely Trump, so Trump's in on it too. He's really afraid of the new administration finding out what's going on. And this is right under the Ace of Cups. And going around in the circle, the Ace of Cups was saying he thought he had it made. But having Biden right underneath it, he didn't have it made. And I'm not saying Biden's a big booger man. The administration is going to end up. Looky here, we got the King of Swords. Yeah, they're definitely coming after his ass. Now I'm going to draw one more card here. I know we can't do time, but maybe if I got an ace, it would be a yes. Is this coming out in the next 10 days? Is this coming out in this stuff? So I'm going to cut them. This fell out when I almost fell out. We got the two of wands that almost fell out when I went to cut. Let's see what else comes up. And we got the 9 of wands. So this is definitely the future. We got two. This might be the second trial because they're going to have a bunch more trials about this. This is information coming in from overseas and all around the world. And we got the 2 of wands. So was it within 2 weeks or whatever? Anyway, I wish you could tell time with spirit, but his ass is going back to jail. I don't think he ever actually made it into the jail. But and he already realized he can't pay his way out of this. Nobody's bailing him out of this. So anyway, the foundation and outcome is he just got out of his mess and went right back to thievery. And the outcome is death of his thievery and death of his freedom. We got him going to jail before it's over. I want this to be 2 weeks so bad, but I'll say within the next 2 months. I was asking for a time card. It takes time to sprout a little bit with this anyway, and there's a little bit of research going into this, but within 2 months he's going to be back in the news like crazy because he was right in the middle of this, paying people off, sending money out all over. To people with big mouths. Some of the people he sent money to is the wrong people. That's why that's upside down. Yeah, justice is coming right after his thievery. He's laying awake nights worrying about it. He's wondering how it's going to feel to be really in jail. Having all kinds of fights with the constituents that was helping him, his partners in crime. One of those was Trump. Yes, the administration does know and have information. These 3 cards here, they know and have information on something that he had to do with this, with planning, setting up, payments, just trying to push this through. He was even trying to get through into the martial law part now. And you know, we heard that Trump was thinking about putting him in charge of the FBI, even the last couple of weeks after he, you know, gave him his pardon. I mean, after he knew, whatever, it wasn't, you know what I'm talking about, he gave him his pardon before the last couple of weeks, but after, and he was also thinking of putting him in as his, whatever that other bigoted guy did in there, that other general he had in there that was always going after black people. Anyway, I can't think of his name, but I wouldn't care if I ever heard it again. Now he's telling a different story, too, about how much he helped us protect us from Trump. Yeah. But anyway, he's another general, but anyway, that's, you know who I'm talking about. He was his chief of staff. After his first chief of staff went, I think he put him in there for a while. So anyway, that's, I don't know if it's coming out right now, but there's definitely something coming out again about him, and he's definitely going back in jail. And that's a good feeling because he should be in jail. Oh, gee, and I was going to set my smart drink over here. I have some electrolytes I drink, and I feel like they make me sharp, but it's sitting across the room because I still can't think of Roger's last name. Keep wanting to call him Roger Snow. Oh, Lord. So you know who I'm talking about. Let's go ahead. I didn't have him listed down here, but let's do Oh, is there? Let's do the rest of the one on Michael Flynn. Flynn, is there? I felt like from this dream that the Dems already had their hands on the FBI. Somebody's already got the written down information that Mike Flynn was involved in this insurrection. Somebody's got the goods on him. Somebody's got it written down. And I mean somebody like law enforcement or something. So I'm just going to draw 4 cards real quick on him. Do they have the written information? I must have put that one back in there upside down. Oh, yeah. He wasn't thinking good in the past. He knew he screwed up. He knows that he did something wrong with that information or something. And it's coming forward fastly. So yeah, there is written information. We got the 4 swords upside down. We got the chariot coming forward fastly in the present. The challenge is a whole lot of money. Change hands for this. And this is the information. But I'm going to have to draw 4 more cards to see if they got their hands on it. The information's out there. It's just being hidden right now. But who's it being hidden from? You're pretty sure he'd covered his ass. This is coming forward fastly. This is right under the present what's going on. Yeah, the information's out there. Somebody's got their hands on it. Somebody in our government. Maybe the FBI. The FBI. And he's going to have a lot of time to think about things in his future. So this is him going to jail in the future. They don't hang his ass for treason. And here's Biden and the Democrats coming after him again. So yeah, he's toast. His crime career is just going to come to an end. Whether we believe it or not, his crime career is coming to an end. That's funny. I'm glad because he's definitely not Roger Stone. That's his name. Well, I had White and I don't know what else I called him, but it's Roger Stone's his name. So obviously I'm supposed to read on him, so otherwise why would he pop into my head right there? Obviously, let's see how much Roger, you know that if he's working on it, Roger Stone's one of his right-hand men in there. He's always, anytime there's any kind of disruption in our government trying to go on, and he's loose, he's right in the middle of it. Especially anything evil. So let's do I'm going to do a layout here for Roger Stone, just like I just did for Michael Flynn. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm enjoying it. It gives me something to do this afternoon. I was feeling kind of lonely around here, and I started reading my comments from the last video I put out, and I just want to thank you all for being so kind. It's almost funny. Well, I mean, whatever. The compliments are beautiful. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at me. It's just, I look at that and I keep thinking, are they talking to me? But anyway, bless you all and thank you for the beautiful comments that you send out. So anyway, let's see what Roger Stone's up to. Let's see how much trouble that little MO's in. MO sounds a lot better in MFer. That's what I was going to say out loud. And I tried to block what I was going to say and said O instead of F. But anyway, whatever. You get the gist of it. God. I'm an evil old woman. But anyway, you know he's up to no good. Some people just can't never leave things alone. They just got to push it and push it and push it and be right in the middle of a bunch of crap. Not even good things. I could see people pushing to be in the middle of good things. To make really big change, help society and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so let's see what old Roger Dodger's up to. I think what I'll do to remember his name, I'll just think of that big ugly nose of his, and I've got, my nose keeps growing. I think your nose and your ears are some things that never quits growing until you die. But his looks like a big old piece of stone. So I think that's how I'll remember his name, Roger Stone, the guy with the stone nose. So what are you up to, Roger? Well, I think that temperance folded over again. Whatever he's up to, he better start thinking straighter too, because he might be in trouble. I don't know why temperance came back out for the last person I read for. See it? It's flipped up. So let's see what's going on one more time. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these one more time, and then I'm going to go to him. Roger Stone, what are you up to? Roger Stone, what are you up to? I'm going to try pulling two for him. He's one of them that's disagreeing with Flynn on what to do to get out of this. And it is something to do with Nancy. Something to do with the house that's got the goods on him. So maybe something, they weren't bringing any witnesses or really anything out at this trial. I don't know. If they don't bring it out at this one, there's something coming out for him and his buddy at the next one, him and Flynn. So that's what's going on there. Him and Flynn's arguing about what to do about it. How to cover their ass. Well, this would definitely be Roger Stone. This is a signifier all of his life. That's all he's been. His lies, illusions, look over here, squirrel over there, and conspiracy theories. Even before everybody jumped off the deep end nowadays, he was conspiracy theories way back when it wasn't being done, except him. And it was all for money. And I still think this is moving vastly ahead, whatever it is, too, with that card. In the present, he's gotten out of so much shit in his life, he's not even that worried. Where Flynn's really worried, because he knows there's information out there that could get him hung. And if the truth was known, Roger Stone's so full of himself, he doesn't even think nothing could hang him at the present moment. But there is some stuff coming forward, and information coming forward, and new information. Because this is the Knight of Wands. New growth there. It's a lot of light going to be shone on the influence that he's had over this administration the whole time, and getting Trump in there and everything else. Even though they're wanting to drop everything on Trump and let it go, something's coming out. And it's not good. It's going to be total change for him. So he might end up back in jail too, if he doesn't end up dead. For entertainment only, YouTube. Because he's back in trouble with the law. Here's justice. He's right back in trouble in the near future. We're going to be hearing about it in the near future. He still thinks he can protect himself. He thinks he's got protection because of the parties and stuff. This is what he thinks. Thinks he's got enough people around him. And that's also 2 yeses cards. And we ask a question: is he back in trouble? So we got justice, and we got truth, and we got truth. And if we get justice, truth, and truth, then he's in a lot of trouble, because he knows he was mixed up right in the middle of this with Trump. Trump, Flynn, and Stone. How about that? They were tied to the devil, chained to the devil. He thinks he knows enough about Trump and everything else that's going on. This is why he's feeling so secure. This is why he's feeling so secure. That's why these 2 aces are under the justice card over here. Is he thinks that he knows enough about what's really going on, that there's nothing. No, he's like a double agent. I can't explain this, but he knows a lot about what's been going on both sides all these years, and he feels like that protects him. And he also feels like he has enough information on what they might want, that they'd leave him alone on some things that he's done. So that's one reason why he's feeling so charged up over this. But it doesn't make any difference, because justice is coming. It is, it is, it is. Judgment's coming. We got the justice card. We got 2 yeses. Well, they're going to get justice. We got the death card. We got the devil. We got the sunshine, but that's the light that's getting ready to be shown on everything from where it's. And you know what? I think, I got the 2 for Flynn. But this is one. I think within the next 6 weeks we're going to start hearing a whole lot about this dynamic duo is what I'm going to call them, because they're going to be mixed up in this, both of them. And that's, anyway, we'll have to wait and see if that works. If it does come out like that, remind me of it, because I'll forget it by then. In fact, half the stuff that I've said in my readings that I forgot I said, people are always reminding me of it. So anyway, we got done on those 2, and I know we can't do a reading real quick here. I was going to do one real quick, but I'm going to do it long enough. I had some other stuff written down. Every time I've read on this trial, it always shows that Donald Trump, which was a shock to me, ends up getting convicted, and I thought there's no way. But I'm just wondering if after all this stuff is shown and more evidence, if some of these guys might grow a pair. I'd be shocked. I'd be more than shocked. But in fact, one of the people on that commented on my last reading says that Liz Cheney had the biggest balls in the house, and I laughed out loud, and I thought, yeah, she probably does. Truth be known, out of all the rest of the Republicans, they were just comparing her to the rest of the Republicans, and I thought that was so funny. Just for YouTube, just for fun and entertainment. I haven't gotten any trouble, but I keep hearing everybody else say that kind of stuff, and I know sometimes my tongue gets a little sharp, so I'm just trying to say things just so I can keep doing this. And don't forget to get a hold of me if you want a reading. It's at Lynn Tarot Readings. And so let's do at gmail.com. Lynn Tarot Readings at gmail.com. And because I'm not busy at all right now, and I like being busy. And so don't be afraid to get a hold of me. You're not putting me out. That sounds funny. I don't think anybody could put me out, but I know sometimes I'm afraid to call people because I don't want to bother them or something, or I don't wonder what time of the day it is or whatever. And if I don't answer my phone or it's not ringing or something, it's usually because when I go to bed at night, I turn it on silent and I take it off when I get up, usually about 9 hours later. I sleep a lot. That's the Libra in me. My dad did too. I was born on his birthday, and he slept 10 hours a day for the last 20 years of his life, and he died when he was 95 or something like that, and he was never sick a day hardly before that ever. So Anyway, when you get older, I think it's good for you sometimes to sleep good. So I had a bunch of other little things here I was going to ask questions about, but maybe I'll come back and do that tomorrow. Somebody suggested us leaving the table set up like this, and I might. So I wanted to, I'm just going to pull 4 cards and just ask, see if I can get an answer on how this impeachment's going to turn out. So come on. Wow, a lot of information coming out. Lots of information coming out about the past, and I think further back than just, there might be some information coming out about the people behind this. I don't know why. I know they're not calling witnesses, but maybe they've got proof of something or something, because this is stuff they know from the past. And we got the town crier here. And of course we know it's going all over the world in the present. That's kind of interesting. Maybe some stuff coming in from about other governments or foreign governments. Or I know they're not really having a trial, so anyway, let's not try to go deeper in this. Let's just do the 4 across. So we got information coming out. The whole world knows. We got women toasting their cups here is the challenge. I'm trying to think, is this because Trump actually gets convicted? Or this is just his people being so sure, because this is under the challenge, that he's not going to get convicted. I think they're a little, even the news, I think they're a little over deal on this. We got the Knight of Cups, which is a yes, usually. I'm going to slide these up and do 4 more. Looks like more information coming out than we thought, even though they're not doing witnesses. Stuff from around the world. Maybe paperwork or spy stuff from foreign governments. I don't know. We got women toasting their cups, and yes, that he will be convicted. I should just stop right there. We got Donald Trump upside down. Wow. And he's staying away. They're saying this trial's not bothering him. He's terrified. I don't know why, but he's scared. Well, he's worried about his money. He's staying awake nights. The challenge is he knows this could kill him financially if some stuff come out. If he doesn't get out of here with his following that he thinks he's going to get, and send out emails for people to send money to him, that's what he's afraid of. He knows it's going to kill him if this cuts down his opportunity to make money. And yes, he's going to get convicted. Every time I read on this, the cards say he is going to get convicted. So I'm going to have to go with the cards on this, and I'm going to have to just say, throw it out there and leave it to the universe, because when you listen to the corporate news, or even most of, the people I like to listen to, like the Majority Report and TYT, and sometimes Useful Idiots. Sometimes I don't agree with them, but I like to listen to people that don't tell me everything I want to hear all the time. But I drew 2 different rows, and both of them came up yes, yes, for the future. Women celebrating the death of Trump because it started this line with him, and that was upside down. And laying awake nights. The whole world's watching this, and more information's coming out. So yes, I would say, and I know I'm going to probably be apologizing for this next week, but the cards say yes, that he does get convicted. So let's put a smile on our face and hope that the cards are right. Because that was too much for me to even miss it. I couldn't have interpreted that any other way. So anyway, I love you all, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, because I enjoyed it, and I really enjoy you, and I love hearing back from you. And this is gonna be something that's not quite dark outside, and I'm getting through with the video. This has got to be a first for like 8 months. So bless y'all, and have a wonderful, safe night and safe days, and stay home till you get your shots. I get to get my second one in a couple of weeks now, 2 more weeks, and that doesn't mean you're safe, but then a couple of weeks after that, you can go out without panicking. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste now.